Dear students, now let us concentrate on the next topic in the steroid called as corticosteroids. So now in the present lecture we are going to study the classification, mechanism, then we're going to study the structures of the corticosteroids, as well as we are going to study the structure activity relationship study of these corticosteroids. Now let us start our discussion. So corticosteroids, they are defined as the steroidal hormones which are secreted by the adrenal gland. This adrenal gland consists of cortex and medulla. So the cortex portion of the adrenal gland will going to synthesize and going to secrete the corticosteroids. Along with that, the medulla portion of this adrenal gland, it is going to synthesize the catecholamines, isn't it? For example, epinephrine and norepinephrine. So that is the way how they are synthesized. Now let us see the classification of corticosteroids. These corticosteroids, they are classified into the two main types, glucocorticoid and a mineralocorticoid. The glucocorticoid is further subdivided in three types depending upon the duration of action. So first one is short acting glucocorticoid. The examples are cortisone and hydrocortisone. Then comes intermediate acting glucocorticoid, and the example is the prednisolone. Then long acting glucocorticoid, the example is dexamethasone and betamethasone. The second type of the corticosteroid is mineralocorticoids, and the example of the mineralocorticoid is aldosterone and the fludrocortisone. These are the two examples of mineralocorticoid. Now let us study the mechanism of action of these glucocorticoid. Now the main mechanism of action of these glucocorticoid is regulation of metabolism of carbohydrate, proteins and fats. That is the basic mechanism of these glucocorticoid. Let us see the mechanism of action of a mineralocorticoid. So like glucocorticoid, they are also having regulation of metabolism. So these are going to influence salt and water balance. That is the main mechanism of these mineralocorticoid. Now let us observe the structure of these glucocorticoid. So first one is the structure of the cortisone. Now if you observe the structure of the cortisone, you are going to observe the four rings, and the number they also been displayed over there. So in the last lecture we studied about the stereochemistry, numbering and how to give name to these steroidal molecule. Now if you observe the skeleton, amongst the four skeleton that we have studied earlier, that is gonane, estrane, pregnane, isn't it? So amongst that, which skeleton we are observing here is that it contains the 21 carbon atom. So as it contains the 21 carbon atom, the basic skeleton is the pregnane. So now if I want to give name to the cortisone, so I will give the name, I will give the IUPAC name like 1721 dihydroxy 4 pregnine 3 11 20 trione. Okay, you can easily observe the three keto functionalities into it. So this is the structure of the cortisone. Now if we are going to observe the structure of hydrocortisone, the minute difference is the presence of 11 hydroxyl group 11 hydroxyl group in the as of the structure of the cortisone. So cortisone, it is having the keto functionality at 11, while the hydrocortisone having the hydroxy functionality at 11 number of the carbon atom. So this is the structure of short acting glucocorticoid, that is cortisone and hydrocortisone. Now let us see the structures of intermediate acting glucocorticoid. Example is the prednisolone. So now if you see the structure of the prednisolone and if you try to compare it with hydrocortisone, the difference lies only in the presence of double bond between carbon number 1 and carbon number 2. So in the structure of prednisolone, if we remove the double bond between 1 and 2, we will get the structure of the hydrocortisone. Now let us move ahead and let us observe the structure of long acting glucocorticoid, and the examples are the dexamethasone and betamethasone. So if we observe the structure of dexamethasone and betamethasone, almost the structures are same for dexa and betamethasone. A minor difference lies with respect to the 16 methyl group. In case of dexamethasone, 16 alpha methyl is there, and in the case of betamethasone, the methyl group is beta, that is the 16 beta. So now if we try to compare these structures with the structure of prednisolone, what is the difference? Difference is only the presence of the fluoro function and the methyl function substitution in the structure of prednisolone. So what is the key to understand the structure is that we first need to understand the structure of cortisone, and accordingly we need to add some substitution so that we will try to get the remaining structures of glucocorticoid. Now let us move ahead and observe the structures of the mineralocorticoid. So the example of mineralocorticoids are the aldosterone and fludrocortisone. Now let us study the SAR of glucocorticoids. Now the first point is that substitution of 6-fluoro group in the structure will going to increase the anti-inflammatory and glucocorticoid activity. So that is a substitution at 6th position. Then some of the substituent like 16 alpha hydroxy, 16 alpha and 16 beta methyl, and 16 alpha as well as the 17 alpha ketols. So these substitution will going to decrease the mineralocorticoid activity. So now try to understand, we are going to study the SAR with respect to the substitutions which are either going to increase a glucocorticoid or mineralocorticoid activity. Okay, so now there are certain substitutions are there like 9-fluoro, 21 hydroxy, 2 alpha methyl and 9 alpha chloro. So if such substitution is there onto the structure of glucocorticoid, it will going to increase both, that is glucocorticoid and a mineralocorticoid activity. Now let us study the SAR of mineralocorticoids. So now the first important point is that the hydroxyl function at any position of this ring is not favorable to show the mineralocorticoid activity. That will going to decrease the sodium retention, sodium ion retention. That is very important first point. Now ring C and ring D, they play a very crucial role in hormone receptor binding. So ring C and D, they will form the upper part of this structure. So next is the ring A, C, D along with 17 ketol group. They plays a very crucial role in sodium ion retention. Then the increase in the activity has been seen with fluoro, fluoro and bromo at 9 alpha position, which will going to increase the mineralocorticoid activity. Now if we are going to substitute the hydroxyl group at 16th position, okay, now you look at the screen over here, the 16 alpha hydroxy, that will going to increase the sodium ion excretion, isn't it? So that is going to decrease the mineralocorticoid activity. So the substitution plays very crucial role. Now if we are going to substitute or if we are going to add the double bond at 1 and 2 position, that is the delta 1 corticosteroid. So the substitution of double bond at that position will going to decrease the mineralocorticoid activity. So now if we see the structure of delta 1 corticosteroid, it will look like this, isn't it? So this is the short SAR of glucocorticoid as well as the mineralocorticoid. So at this point we have seen the classification, then mechanism, structure and SAR of the corticosteroid. So I think that is enough for the today's lecture.